Good afternoon and welcome to Leadership Dialogue on LJE. My name is Omoyeni Ojeifu. Now, Leadership Dialogue is a program on leadership hub, justice, and economic advancement, LJE, where we engage thought leaders on issues shaping our democracy and governance and how to prefer solutions to these issues. Today, we turn our focus to Rivers State, where Governor Siminalayi Fubara is set to resume office tomorrow, September 18th, after months of political turbulence. Now, joining us to analyze this critical issue is a legal practitioner and political analyst from Rivers State, Barrister Rotimi Tamunotonye Ibama. Barrister, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's good to be here.
Okay, so now let me start with this. Governor Fubara's return to office tomorrow is being described as a defining moment for Rivers State. From your perspective, what does this signify in the broader context of leadership and governance in your state?
Okay, thank you very much. First of all, in Rivers State, we are very excited that our governor is coming back. It's been 6 months of the sole administrator ruling the state. As a state, as also as a people, both people that are from there and working there, we're excited to see democracy come back into full swing in the state. For us, Governor Fubara has learned his lessons. Also, his political godfather, Barrister Rotimi Tamunotonye Ibama, has also learned his lessons. And the best bet for this is peace. All parties involved in this crisis that led to this 6-month suspension between the governor, his deputy, and also the 27 members of the House of Assembly. I guess this period is a period where both parties have decided to take the path of peace and also to take the path of true governance and leadership in the state.
Okay, so many observers have called for dialogue rather than confrontation in resolving Rivers State's crisis. In your view, what does genuine leadership dialogue looks like in your state, and how can you prevent reoccurrence of political instability in your state?
Okay, wonderful. You see, the issue that happened in Rivers State was, or it can be attributed to political crisis between the old era politicians and the new era politicians. What do I mean to say about this? Because the governor belongs to the new class of politicians, that are the new breeds from Nyesom Wike, and they belong to the new movement. They already had plans of how governance should be and how governance should be executed in the state. Unfortunately, for us, citizens of Rivers State and those living in Rivers State, there was a political turnaround the whole situation. The governor got into power and decided to destroy or dismantle, let me use the words of Nyesom Wike, the structure that has been set up. And different political crises, different pressure groups started agitation, and then it led to this breakdown of governance in the state. But for us in Rivers State, we feel that it's not about Nyesom Wike, it's not also about Siminalayi Fubara, it's about the people of Rivers State. How governance should be done for the people of Rivers State, how governance and leadership should be felt practically on the people on the streets of Rivers State. I was in Port Harcourt while Sim was the governor of Rivers State. I had meetings with my brothers, and I was also in Port Harcourt when Vice Admiral Ibas was also at the helm of affairs as the sole administrator. Governance was not seen at any point for 2 years. Come on, for 2 years, there has been crisis in Rivers State. Total breach of governance. The governor is on one camp, the former governor is on one camp, causing disarray in the state. But with what His Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic has done, President Bola Ahmed Asiwaju Tinubu has done, stability has returned, governance has returned, and political institutions are now more vibrant in the state. So we're looking forward to the welcome of our governor. He's still our governor. He's still our son. And we're also happy that this peace accord between the FCT minister and the governor has been reached, and there's a possible conclusion. What we're waiting for is for us to see governance and leadership at its play in Rivers State now. Okay,
so do you think dialogue is enough, or must it be backed up by enforceable agreements in your state?
Dialogue has always been the key to every dispute resolution. As lawyers, we have always insisted that the ADRU process, alternative dispute resolution process, is always key. It's not about litigation. It's not about conflict at all times. And I must commend Mr. President, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. When this matter started sometime last year, the President intervened, called all warring factions of the political crisis to Abuja here, statesmen, elders, commissioners, past governors, and Mr. President did his possible best to roll out peace. But unfortunately, when both parties decided to go back to Port Harcourt to implement the peace accord, They didn't keep to it. They didn't keep to it. And for us, legal practitioners, for us, political observers and analysts, we were totally disappointed that the president had to call for this peace meeting and nobody kept to any part in this peace accord. It was totally unacceptable. You see, there were issues in courts. We had litigation in court to know the legality of the 27 members. There were issues in court concerning the local government elections until the Supreme Court verdict had to declare null and void all local government election held by the governor, Siminalayi Fubara, and declared that a new election should be brought back in Rivers State for the local government level. So we're hoping that dialogue is the way. They went through the part of litigation. They have seen what litigation cost the state. There has been stagnation for 2 years. Other states in the country have experienced total economic rejuvenation, total good governance, total project implementation. And for 2 years, Rivers people, we have suffered stagnation because of dialogue was not met at its best. So our advice both parties, especially the governor, he should come back and take the path of peace. He should come back and show us that he's a true Rivers State man and he's ready to lift the state forward.
All right, thank you very much, Barrister. This is Leadership Dialogue on LJE. We'll go on a quick break and we'll be right back shortly.
What are we saying? The land we call home, the source of our life, our food, and our future. A conflict that tears at the very heart of Nigeria.
We see the pain, the shattered lives, and the broken trust. But what if we could mend what is broken?
LJE Nigeria invites government officials, traditional and religious leaders, farmers and herdsmen representatives, security agencies, civil society organizations, international development partners, and the general public to a 2-day national conference themed Securing Nigeria's Future, addressing the root cause of herdsmen-farmers conflict through justice and inclusive dialogue. Date, 30th September to 1st October 2025. Venue, Shehu Musa Yaradua Center, Abuja, Nigeria.
Join us as we address the root causes of this conflict through inclusive dialogue.
We will not just talk.
We will listen.
We will not just debate.
We will seek to understand.
Together, we will find solutions.
Yes.
Okay, so this is the Leadership Dialogue on LJE, and we have a legal practitioner and a political analyst in the studio with us, Barrister Rotimi Tamunotonye Ibama. And we've been talking about the political situation in Rivers State and the expectations of the Rivers people tomorrow as the governor returns after 6 months suspension. So, Barrister, how do we strike a balance between legal justice and political negotiation so that dialogue produces lasting peace rather than temporary settlements in Rivers State?
Yeah, that's a good question. I must say this because we only look at litigation and the processes as the only way to resolve issues in this country. And like I said earlier, that there are different means of resolving issues: mediation, arbitration, reconciliation, and other possible means in the multi-door court sections. We would not always employ the process of litigation to settle disputes in Nigeria.
Okay.
Nigeria, we have gotten to a point, especially in governance, that government is a win-win situation. We should not forget, those that are in governance are being there to govern people outside governance. And once you start acting as if you're in government, you can't govern those that are under or the citizens, it causes a friction. And because of that, I will always advise people in governance, do your possible best to have dialogue sections with people, town hall meetings, stakeholders forums, so you can be able to listen to the agitations of people. You can be able to hear the plight of people on the streets. You know, when you're in government, you see things on the upper view. But once you're on the street, you're able to interact with people, you understand the plight of people. In the case of Rivers State, we have always supported everybody that has come on board as the governor of Rivers State. If I can trace back to memory lane, SAC Dr. Peter Odili was duly supported by Rivers people.
Okay.
His Excellency, Right Honorable Rotimi Tamunotonye Ibama, for his 8 years in governance or in government, he was supported by our people. Same was accorded to Barrister Yesom Wike. He had the tremendous support of our people. And same as him. What
Okay.
we are saying is that we are not looking for a situation whereby our people will not feel governance. Our people will be excluded from governance. Governance will be just for the elite. We're looking for a situation whereby everybody, every citizen feels the impact of governance, feels leadership. The governor is coming back tomorrow, and expectations are high.
Okay.
Expectations are so high. We are looking for the governor to come back and take the path of peace. We're also calling on the FCT minister that, yes, thank you for giving peace a chance. Thank you for allowing peace to reign. Now that peace has come, let there be stability. Let both parties, both the House of Assembly members that are coming back, the 27 of them, there should be peace with the governor, and there should be a synergy between the legislature and the executive half of government now in Rivers State.
Okay. It brings me to the next question. As a barrister, you understand the full weight of the law. What role do you think the judiciary and constituted authorities can play to avoid issues like this in Rivers State?
The judiciary has a long role to play. I must tell you for free. The judiciary has a very, very long role to play. It's high time that we as legal practitioners, we begin to employ other dispute resolution mechanisms.
Okay.
In talking to our clients, in talking to government agencies, and in talking to individuals. For the situation in Rivers State, I feel that if, personally, the governor and the other parties have decided to take the path of peace, have decided to have an arbitration or a mediation process for reconciliation, we would have gotten to this point that we even have a state of emergency in Rivers State. There was a total breakdown of government institutions in Rivers State, and the Supreme Court mentioned it. The local government administration was running on its own without due supervision. The chairman and institutions were all constituted against the law. And these were the processes that, as lawyers, we should be able to advise our parties. We should be able to advise clients that let's leave litigation, let's go into dialogue, let's go into meetings, let's talk, let's know the problem that the people are facing. And every time there's a problem in every state or in every party involved, the ordinary man suffers, not those in government. So imagine for 2 years, Rivers State has been running without due implementation of projects by the House of Assembly, without a fully constituted State Executive Council. It was totally abysmal. Now we have taken the path of peace. We are looking forward that all parties should come and reconcile. All parties should put work as the major priority for taking the state forward.
Okay, so Barrister, critics often say that political crisis benefits only the elites, while ordinary citizens are left in confusion. How can leadership dialogue in Rivers State be made more inclusive so that citizens can feel heard and seen? The Rivers people, how can they feel heard and seen by the government through inclusive dialogue? How is that possible? Is that achievable?
Very achievable. Very achievable. You see, dialogue is a process that's continuous. It's not a process for the now. It's not a process that stops at this reconciliatory period we are. It's a process that is continuous. It's the process that can never stop. I would want to take back to memory lane when Right Honorable Rotimi Ibama was the governor of Rivers State. There was something brilliant that he had always done. He always organized town hall meetings where he moves from community to community, ward by ward, LGA by LGA, trying to get the people involved in governance, trying to hear from the people, and also hold those in government accountable for their people, giving town hall meetings and other events coming up at every time. So what I would say at this junction is that I would appreciate if the Governor Siminalayi Fubara can come on board and take the part of dialogue. He has always mentioned that there's no prize too big for peace for Rivers State. This is when he has to show us that he's a statesman. This is when he has to show us that he has the love of Rivers State at heart. It's not mere lip service. It's being practical now. The anxiety is high, tensions are high. Tomorrow we're all looking forward that the governor will be reinstated back, the deputy governor also, and the 27 members of the House of Assembly. And we need dialogue. The governor needs to sit down with the entire House of Assembly members and find a way forward for these problems.
Okay.
And find a way forward for the problem.
So
The
do you think
problems
that
were
is the way forward for
yes. The problems we're facing in River State is beyond political issues. We need development in River State. We need Rivers people to feel the impact of the oil and gas industry that is very lucrative there. We need industries. We need human capital development in River State. Gone are those days that the Riversman should be seen as just a politician and not an entrepreneur. We have young entrepreneurs in River State that are willing to engage. And if the government can engage them in all these services, definitely there'll be employment. There'll be skills acquisition. There'll also be development in town. We're also looking at foreign investors to come into River State. River State is now more peaceful than any other state in the country. I can say that. And River State has a lot of potentials to give to Nigeria. So we're happy, we're excited. We want a situation where the governor comes and from day one, he sets the ground running, starts working. All those projects he promised us, all those implementations he said in his budget, the budget goes back to the House of Assembly. The budget has been passed, and then the House of Assembly views it again. Now they're on seat and on the spot. Implementation starts of projects, constituency projects, LGA projects. Those should be running immediately. That's what we need. No more of this turbulence. No more of this fight in River State. Enough is enough.
Okay, so there's a question for you here on our social media platform. So the barrister, sir, to what extent is godfatherism an issue in River State?
I think that question it's quite deep,
Okay.
but it's also practical. You see, my state, River State, has been faced with godfatherism. I cannot sit down here and roll it out. All these political actors that are present now in River State, they are all the offsprings of Sir Dr. Peter Odili. They were there either as civil servants or as politicians, younger politicians. And now, godfatherism started from 1999. In River State. In River State, it started from 1999.
Okay.
And it has been that chain. In fact, River State has been a chain of godfatherism from one political godfather to another.
So it is something that has come to stay in River State.
No, we are not saying that godfatherism has come to stay in River State, but there's a chain. Governance is continuous.
Okay.
And you cannot break that chain. Maybe His Excellency, Nyesom Wike, was too vocal where he was saying the structure, the governor wants to pull down the structure. There has been a chain of the structure.
Okay.
And godfatherism has been there. We cannot lie to ourselves concerning this. But how long will we continue in this? Is it not time for the Rivers godfathers to also let their godsons work? It's high time we get this into play. That yes, I'm the godfather. Yes, I'm the boss. But let my godson work. Let's give the godson a free hand to work. And I can tell you for free, Siminalayi Fubara was given all opportunities to strive as the governor. Okay. But some external forces also refused him to work.
And when you say external forces, what do you mean by external forces?
External forces in the sense that, will I say the elites had political interest. There was also conflict of interest on what comes to my LGA, what appointment comes to my person, what gets to my own kindred and all that. Those were one of the things that really disturbed Fubara. But I think with what has happened and transpired in the last 2 years, the governor is very smart. He has learned his lessons duly. And I think whatever steps he's taking henceforth will be better than before. But godfatherism in River State, we wouldn't say it's not there, but let the godfathers allow the godsons to work.
So if there was no godfatherism in River State, you think the past governors would have performed better than what they did? And Governor Siminalayi Fubara, before he was suspended, how would you rate his performance?
Okay, the first question, you see, River State has been faced with godfatherism.
Okay.
You could remember the political tussle between Rotimi Amechi and his political godfather, Sir Dr. Peter Odili. You could also remember the tussle between Rotimi Amechi and his godson or ally or friend, Nyesom Wike. Okay. And the same tussle that happened between Siminalayi Fubara now and his political godfather. So we cannot rule out godfatherism in River State. But all we are saying, it's high time these godfathers allow the godsons to work.
So it's safe to say godfatherism has really come to stay in Rivers.
It has not come to stay in Rivers State. We can't say godfatherism has come to stay. What we're saying is that there's a chain in governance, and it's very visible in Rivers State. In that chain of governance, nobody should break it. And those out of that chain should also allow people in that same circle, people in that same chain to work. You cannot just one day wake up and say you want to be governor of Rivers State. Rivers State is not one of those states in Nigeria where anybody wakes up and say I want to be governor of Rivers State. Rivers State contributes 35 to 40% of the wealth of this country. So it's not a state that anybody will say I want to be governor, anybody will say I want to be in charge. No, there's a process. Let's follow the process. But all we're saying is, as Rivers people, the elites, the politicians should allow us enjoy these dividends of democracy and allow us enjoy the proceeds of governance. Leadership should be seen, not a lip service, not leadership to be seen as a paperwork, or leadership to be seen as a political jamboree where they organize rallies and they say my leader, and leader does not allow anybody to work. Leader decides everything. No. Everybody in each small unit, be you councillor, be you local government chairman, be you commissioner, be you assembly reps, you should be able to work and deliver for Rivers people.
I must commend how passionate you are about Rivers State. It's a good one. The president of Nigeria, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, cut short his vacation and he has returned to Nigeria. Do you think this has anything to do with Governor Fubara's reinstatement tomorrow in Rivers State?
Definitely. Rivers State is too small to make Mr. President cut short his journey. I was discussing with some political friends and some legal friends yesterday, and I said, Mr. President is coming back to work. He's not coming back because of Rivers State. Yes, we have an issue that has already been resolved. The sole administrator conducted elections in Rivers State, and the elections are okay. In fact, yesterday, a high court in Rivers State by Justice Stephen Jumbo struck off a matter that was brought in by a lawyer in Rivers State, William Stanley, saying that the elections were okay and they were good to go. So we don't have any reasons why we should not start saying that the president is coming back because of Rivers State. The president has come back from his vacation. He cut it short because there are a lot of work for him to do on the table. And maybe one of the jobs on the table of Mr. President is Rivers State. But it's not solely that Mr. President will cut off his journey because of Rivers State. Rivers State is key, yes, but Rivers State is too small still to make
just
Mr.
a part
President.
of Nigeria.
It's just a part of Nigeria to make Mr. President uncomfortable. We're happy in Rivers State. There's peace in Rivers State, and we're anxious. We're happy. We're also excited that the few months of the sole administrator in Rivers State, he was able to push in peace. He was able to talk to both parties, and both parties have been able to see that peace is priceless. Peace is priceless. That's what we need now in Rivers State. So I think the camp of the former governor, they had peace with the camp of the present Governor Siminalayi Fubara. And the elections were done peacefully. There was no problem. Everybody is working in Rivers State. The streets of Port Harcourt are anxious. The citizens and people that live in Rivers State and do business are ready to welcome the governor back. The governor is loved by his people. We cannot take that away. And Rivers people have always supported whoever comes into governance. So Governor Sim, welcome back. And we also thank the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike for the efforts he has also put in making sure that this reconciliation is possible. And our heart goes to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria for acting and serving as a father of the nation to reconcile all parties in this issue.
Okay, thank you very much. So what should the Rivers people expect tomorrow as the governor assumes office?
Well, I'm not the presidential spokesman. I cannot say what the presidency would say tomorrow. But what we are sure as Rivers people, what we are sure is that there will be a declaration, or might be a declaration, reinstating the governor, his deputy, and the 27 members. And what we're expecting is work from them. Enough of the lip service, enough of the whole political jamboree, enough for political jobbers. Let him go into work and make sure he delivers true dividends of democracy to Rivers people.
Okay, there's another question here for you. What will happen to the period wasted during his exile? During the governor's exile, he was suspended for 6 months.
Yes.
So what would happen?
The governor is back. The governor is back, as he's coming back as the governor. He was only suspended.
Okay.
Governance was shifted to the sole administrator, and the period wasted or the period spent out of office, governance is continuous. Government has been running. No, the local governments did not stop. The civil servant salary did not stop. So he will come back and pick from where he stopped. I think the presidency has a final solution to that. But we know that definitely governance, democratic governance, is returning back to Rivers State. And that's what we need right now in Rivers State.
Okay, so on a final note, if you have the opportunity to advise Governor Siminalayi Fubara tomorrow or on his return, what advice would you give to him? What first step do you think he should take tomorrow as he resumes office?
Well, Governor Siminalayi Fubara is our own brother, our own Rivers brother. And my advice for him is that he should go back into governance. He should reconcile with his political godfather, and the reconciliation should be genuine. And he should make sure that the people on the streets of Rivers State, the people at the grassroots level, feels governance, they feel leadership. We need that in Rivers State. We need true governance and true leadership. So my advice for him, take the path of peace which you have always preached, work, ensure that people have governance, ensure that there's leadership in Rivers State, and everybody will be happy. It will be a win-win situation for him to live and his commissioning projects that are done by him in 2 years. 2 years looks quite small, but it's also big. I can remember the former governor, Yeson Wike, did a lot of projects in 10 to 15 months. And that was less than 2 years. So the governor should come back and start work from the first day the grant should be running. He should work, and deliver on all his campaign and promises, and make sure that everybody on the street of Rivers State feels governance and leadership again.
Thank you very much, Barrister Rotimi Tamunotonye Ibama, for being part of today's program.
Thank you very much.
We hope to see more of you here on LJ.
Thank you very much.
And we wish the people of Rivers State all the best.
Thank you very much.
With that, we've come to the end of today's program. Do well to be a part of the LJ Nigeria National Conference by registering with the link on the screen and on our various social media platforms. Be sure to keep the conversation going. Comment, like, and subscribe on all our social media platforms at the LJ Nigeria. Do well to report a violation on our website at www.ljnigeria.org. Thank you for joining us on Leadership Dialogue today. I am Omoyeni Ojeifu.
The land we call home, the source of our life, our food, and our future. A conflict that tears at the very heart of Nigeria.
We see the pain, the shattered lives, and the broken trust. But what if we could mend what is broken?
LJ in Nigeria invites government officials, traditional and religious leaders, farmers and herdsmen representatives, security agencies, civil society organizations, international development partners, and the general public to a 2-day national conference themed Securing Nigeria's Future, addressing the root cause of herdsmen-farmers conflict through justice and inclusive dialogue. Date, 30th September to 1st October 2025. Venue, Shehu Musa Yaradua Center, Abuja, Nigeria.
Join us as we address the root causes of this conflict through inclusive dialogue.
We will not just talk.
We will listen.
We will not just debate.
We will seek to understand.
Together, we will find solutions.